Welcome to this section where we're going to be talking about a very powerful yet simple graph and visualization that we can create in football analytics called a scatter plot. And scatter plots are really useful for identifying relationships between two variables. We can look for it in trends, use it for clustering, look for outliers in the data. So these are really helpful, and it's used a lot within football analytics. And it is a very powerful yet simple way to display and convey data. So for example, we can evaluate under or over performance of expected goals. We can use it to see over and under performance of a team's position in the table based off their expected position. Very simple, but it allows us to answer a wide range of questions. So for our data, what we're going to be using is we are just going to use the Big Five table right here from the current season, which is 2023-2024. It's March right now, so this table can possibly change depending on when you are scraping this table, but the table will remain the same and you'll still be able to do the same analysis with the table. So we're just going to use our pandas scraping method. So go ahead and just open up the developer console by right-clicking and then coming down to inspect. And then let's just find this information for the table. So we'll go over to our Jupyter notebook and let's import the packages that we need. So we'll say import pandas as PD. And then to actually do the graphs, we're going to use matplotlib. So we'll say import matplotlib.pyplot as PLT. And that's really all that we need for doing a scatter plot. So we use pandas to scrape the data, then we use matplotlib to plot the data. So run that, and then let's just grab our URL. So we'll create a variable called URL, and then just take the URL. I'll link it in the description so you can be using the same URL. And then to scrape in pandas, just come back over here, and let's just use the element inspector to find our table. So come down here, click on the table somewhere, then go find our table attribute, as you can see right here. And then come over and the ID is equal to big5_table. So just copy that whole thing if you triple click into it and then hit Command C, Control C, or you can right click and hit copy. So come back over here, and to scrape the data like we can remember in our pandas web scraping section, we'll say df equals pd.read_html. And then plug in the URL as our first parameter, and then comma, and then we need to do the attributes that we want to make sure that that table gets selected. So say ATTRS equals, and then in a dictionary, so curly braces, do ID, and then colon, and then we need to put in what the ID was equal to. So as you can see, it was big5_table. So if you just copy just that, you can. I accidentally copied the whole thing first, but we just need big 5 table like that. And then close that with a quote if you didn't have it already, and then a curly brace, and then another parenthesis. And then because this does return a list, we need to get the first index of the list, since it will just be a list of 1. So go ahead and run that. And once it runs and once the asterisk goes away, it might take a sec. Okay, so now that we have that, let's just see what our data looks like. So if we do df.head, so we have successfully extracted that exact same table right there. Okay, so this is basically just the Big 5 table, and it's sorted by points per matches played. So how many points is a team getting in every match that they play? Now that we have this data, it's actually very easy to create a scatter plot based on just 2 of these columns. So let's say we wanted to evaluate the number of goals scored versus the expected goals that we would expect them to score. So as you can see, we have the column right here, expected goals, and then we have the column right here, goals for. Okay. So we're just going to plot those 2 columns, and it's going to basically plot the x on the x-intercept. It'll plot the expected goals, so how many we expected. On the y-intercept, it'll plot the number of goals scored, and then it'll plot just a little point where those two numbers intersect, right? So that's basically what a scatter plot is showing. So what we do in creating this graph is actually very easy and simple in matplotlib. So we just say fig, comma ax equals plt.subplots, okay, with parentheses. And then we need to just give it what our x and our y values are. So we'll say ax dot scatter, and then df with a bracket, and then our expected goals column, like that. So with the brackets around it. So that's the x-axis. Our first argument is the x-axis, and then we'll say df with goals 4. So the goals 4 column right here, we're going to use that as our y-axis. And then I like to add another argument called alpha. So if you say alpha equals 0.5, that'll just make the circles a little transparent, so it's a little bit easier to actually see them. So if we run that, we can see what it'll look like at first, okay? So that's actually very simple. In 2 lines of code, we were able to create a scatter plot. But like with all visualizations, if we were to just go and throw this out and say, okay, here's the data, here's what it is plotted, a lot of people aren't going to know what you're actually plotting. So what we're going to do is we're just going to add some more context around this. So we'll start off by just adding a simple x and y label. So if we say ax.set underscore x label, this is how we can set the x-axis label. And we'll just say expected goals, like that. And then we can do the same thing for the y label. So set underscore y label, and then goals scored. And then we can give it a title as well. So if we say ax.set underscore title, and then we can say goals versus expected goals in 2023-24 European Big 5 leagues, okay? LEGUES, like that. So if we run that, okay, so now we kind of have basically a basic version of what we're trying to display. So right here we have goals scored, and we can see that it starts at about 18 as the lowest down here. And then expected goals, this is the highest value of expected goals. So somebody has 70 expected goals and they have scored roughly 77. This one is the most interesting point, if you ask me. They're at about 20 expected goals and they've scored 35 actual goals. So that's pretty wild. So this is where we have to kind of get into, okay, what are we trying to show with this graph? What are we trying to convey? What is the value here? So what we are really interested in is seeing the over and under performers of expected goals. So the way that we can show this is actually just with a simple line where the two numbers are equal. So we'll add a line where 20 and 20 on both axes, 30 and 30, 40 and 40. So that'll show a perfect balance of you have scored the exact number of goals that you were expected to. So to draw this line, all we have to do is say ax.plot, and then our first argument is a list. So it's going to be our minimum x value and our maximum x value. So we'll say 15 and 80, because that's just kind of, if I eyeball this and see that 15 is somewhere over here, 80 is somewhere up here. So I'll just add those. And then we'll do on the other one, we'll also do 15 and 80 because they're pretty similar. So we'll say 15 and 80, and that is the minimum y and the maximum y value. Then we'll just say color equals black, so it kind of stands out a little bit. And then we'll say line style equals, and then in quotes, if you do just a double dash like that or a double hyphen, it'll make it so it's dashed throughout the line, not a solid black line. Just looks a little bit different. So let's go ahead and run that, and now we can see we now have this graph where it has the values being plotted based on if they are above or under their expected goals. So if they are under this line, that means they are underperforming their expected goals. If they are over this line, then they are overperforming their expected goals. So now what we can do is we can get a little interesting, and we can actually plot the biggest overperformers and label them, and the biggest underperformers as well and label those. So to do this, we're just going to create a new column in our data frame, in our data, and we'll just say df difference, like this, difference equals df goals 4 minus df xg, like that. So that's just finding the difference between our goals 4 and our expected goals. And then we're just going to find the 5 biggest underperformers and the 5 biggest overperformers. So to do this, we'll just say overperformers equals df.n largest, and then we'll say 5 comma difference. So we're just saying give me the 5 biggest rows in that difference column that we just created, okay? And then we'll say underperformers equals df.n smallest, like this, and then 5 comma and then difference in quotes as again, okay? Finish off with a parenthesis, and then we're just going to do a for loop over essentially these 2 overperformers and underperformers. It just gives us a basically mini list that we can go and plot the data in the team names. So we'll just say for I in range 5. So we're going to use a range function. And then we'll say ax.text overperformers.iloc I, so inside brackets do I, and then do another bracket xg, like that. And then put a parenthesis, and then our next argument will be overperformers.iloc I, and then after that do the goals 4 comma column, and then the next one we're going to tell it what text we want to put. So this is the X, this is the Y, and then we need to tell it what text we want to put. So we want to put the squad name. So to do that, we'll just say overperformers.iloc I, like that, and then we'll use the column squad, okay? And then just finish it all off with a parenthesis. So that's going to do our overperformers. If you just copy that line we just wrote and just paste it underneath and change this on the second line to underperformers. So I just copy it and paste it over on each one. So now let's run that. And we can now see who our biggest overperformers and our biggest underperformers are in Europe right now. So it looks like our biggest overperformers are Atalanta, Roma, Leverkusen, Arsenal, and Inter. And then our biggest underperformers are Mainz, Alaves, Almeria, Everton, and I think it's getting covered up, the 5th one. Nice. Nice. Okay. So that is basically how we can go and say, here is some actual valuable information that we can display on a graph from the underlying data that we have. We have this underlying data about teams. What information can we draw about these teams? So now this is where it starts to get interesting. We can say, oh, Roma are a very high overperforming team. What are they doing and how is their gameplay working? Are they getting very lucky with different shots that are just going in? Are they just not generating a lot of chances and they are just ending up they're just really good at finishing? So this kind of, the data piece really helps us to start to get ideas, and then we need to go and use this data to go and evaluate more, see what we can learn more about teams, players, and all of that, okay? Leagues if we want. So that is how we can use a scatter plot. That is a very important yet simple graph, like I mentioned at the very beginning. So I hope you found this part useful. I love scatter plots and everything that we can do with them. So definitely am looking forward to seeing all your guys' scatter plots that you can create with this underlying data. I mean, we just did goals versus expected goals, but in that data frame right here, there's so many different things that you could come up with and you could start to evaluate. So a lot of things we can look at. So hopefully you found this useful, and I will see you in the next section.